They work the puck out of their own end with Chris Odlofsson carrying down ice. And after Dryden makes one save, right wing Poland Bortolo is left untouched in front of the Montreal goalie and bangs in the first Canuck score at 15:40 to cut the Canadian lead to 1 goal. The young team from Vancouver had to beat out the Chicago Blackhawks, one of the league's established powerhouses, to finish first in their division. And all season long, they've been able to keep from being blown off the ice if they fell behind. And now they seem rejuvenated by their first goal and keep the pressure on Dryden and the Canadiens. Their defense stiffens, and minutes later, Jerry O'Flaherty ties it up at 2-2 as he finds the far corner of the net with a blistering slap shot. In the replay, we can see how Vancouver began to check harder, using body contact to get control of the puck before O'Flaherty broke loose for his goal. And now the fans have the exciting contest they had come for. As the game moved effortlessly from the first period to the second, they waited anxiously for the Canadiens to resume their own scoring, something they had come to expect from a team that had scored nearly 5 goals a game this season. And their heroes didn't make them wait long, as they kept tremendous pressure on Vancouver, with the sensational Guy Lafleur, number 10, firing a shot over Lockett's head that bounced off the glass behind him and right back out to Lafleur, who quickly puts Montreal in the lead once again, 3-2. Judd, I can recall when you broke in with all the publicity that surrounded your entrance to the National Hockey League. This was very similar to when Lafleur broke in. There was tremendous pressure on Lafleur, and as you say, he had troubles right at the start. I think too much was expected of him at the start.
Well, I feel there's nothing worse for a young rookie in any sport, not only hockey, but in any sport, to start a career when you are preceded by such great publicity. Because whatever you do, we have the feeling, us who are involved, that the fans are expecting more. And it's hard for a player to satisfy the public. Well, I remember some games when I came up and I scored 3 goals, and on my way out of the building, well, you could have scored 4. I scored 4 on a few occasions, and people were saying you could have scored 5, and so on. So I think it took maybe a little longer for Guy, but he has become complete hockey player, and he's a team player, because I would say that in hockey or any team sport, the team should come first and your personal record second.
Guy Lafleur scored 130 goals in his final year of junior hockey, and when he pulled out a Montreal jersey, he was instantly expected to take John Beliveau's place as the driving force behind the Canadiens. In this, his 4th season, he seems to have done that, scoring 53 goals, 66 assists in 70 games. And his presence on the ice acts like a trigger that sets off a powerful Montreal surge. His great speed and shifty moves have eyewitnesses placing him at both ends of the rink at once, and his dazzling abilities infect this team of Canadiens just like the long list of Montreal superstars did before him, and they continue the attack as if those fabled ancestors were looking over everyone's shoulders. Vancouver goalie Lockett can only hold on for so long, and Montreal can almost taste the next goal. And they get it seconds later as Yvan Cournoyer tips in a hard shot from defenseman Jim Roberts at the point. The Canadians jump to a 4-2 lead as everything seems to be going according to a well-rehearsed script. It's a script that Vancouver coach Phil Maloney has seen before, and it can be assumed he doesn't like the ending. The Canucks will need all the talent they have, plus a little bit of luck to get back into this game. But linesman Claude Béchard beats them to a lucky penny that somehow found its way onto the ice, and that leaves Vancouver with just their talent. They aren't the only team put in a spot like this against Montreal this year, and they won't be the last. As the second period draws to a close, there isn't much they can do except reasonably assume that if there was one lucky penny on the ice, there might be others. And they make an effort to find another one as the frustrations of playing hockey against a legend begins to shorten tempers. They still have 20 minutes of game time left, but there are a number of things for them to consider about their opponents. The Montreal Canadiens, as a team, hold 28 different records in Stanley Cup competition. They've won the most championships, 18, appeared the most times in the final series, 22, including a stretch of 10 years in a row. They've scored the most goals in a single period, in a single game, and the most goals in any 5, 6, or 7 game series. They also hold another 26 individual playoff records. And then there's that 27 games in a row thing for Vancouver to think about.